Hey everybody, it's Amber if you're new here, and if not, welcome back. Today we're finally doing Money Ties. Now, I've heard a lot of different versions of what people claim this song is, and they kind of all conflict with each other, if I'm being honest with you. So I've decided I'm going to go in as if I know nothing with no expectations. I think that's the best way for me to truly appreciate the song. So let's jump right in.
Godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into the world, and we cannot take anything out of the world. But if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the path and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
Money makes the world go round. Money makes a pure man lawless, proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a thing is inspired by the pound or the dollar. False prophet preach profit and we follow. When the scholar teach dishonor, that's a bitter pill to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the...
Okay, so I was going to make the comment, but I held back. But now that he's saying the biggest bank robbers are the banks and the politicians, I'm wondering about this hat right here, because I don't know what order everything necessarily came out in, per se. I know that when he performs Money Game 2 live in front of all those rich people, he's wearing that hat and a very similar outfit to this one. I don't think it's exactly this. If it is, it might be very similar. But I'm wondering... I mean, I could look it up real quick, but I don't want to deviate too much from the reaction. But I'm wondering... Did Money Game 1, 2, 3, and Money Ties come out? Then he did the live performance of Money Game 2? Or did Money Game 1, 2, 3 come out, live performance, then Ties? I am curious. And I only even bother pointing it out because he never wears it again in anything else I've ever seen, ever, like in the history of REN. So...
to a thing is inspired by the pound or the dollar. False prophet preach profit and we follow. When the scholar teach dishonor, that's a bitter pill to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores. What a shock. When we lose sight of live and let live, forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now
Ooh, I'm sorry. If you're living just to make... How do you order? If you're living just to make money, then that's all that there is. If you're dying, will you die with a grin? Is that what he said? He said essentially that. What did he say? Hold on.
Lose sight of live and let live. Forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin?
The difference between making your soul richer and your bank richer. I've often debated that myself. I know I've debated it with people around me in my life, both my age, but also older who are further along their journey. And I've wondered many times to myself, it can be easy to do something what I do, which is essentially work yourself into the ground. I work more hours than anybody I've ever met, completely by choice. I believe in being financially prepared, having a savings if you can make it happen, even if sometimes at the expense of most, if not all, of my free time. Not recommending that necessarily, but I do wonder if the comfort that it gives me, because it does give me comfort when things pop up. You know, a lot of people may panic and say, you know, I need to figure out where to get this money from, this and that. I'm not rich by any means, but I'm very good with my money. And the amount of extra time I spend working allows me to be prepared for certain things. But I do wonder sometimes if I'm ever going to feel as though I gave up too much of the time I should have spent living, preparing for things that may never happen, when I could have been enjoying the ride more. And honestly, I think both choices are good and both choices are bad. I don't really think either one is perfectly better than the other one. But that's all I have for this part right here.
Living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, well, you die with a grin. Now digging up the root of evil, money too like a blade. You can slice across the jugular or carve and create. But when the money ain't the means, but the means is the money, you start to compromise ideals for dollars, morals get bloody. Now let me tell you a little story about a boy named Ren, born March 1990 in the Celtic Welsh ends.
I think that medicine is probably the best example of that. I don't know. This is going to be a weird example, but it's just one that immediately comes to mind as a big fan of the Saw franchise. I know that seems like a weird jump, but the idea of something that's life-saving to you or to someone you love dearly, you know, an insurance company may look at it and say it's too high risk. Sometimes even if it's like, if you're not at least like a 90% chance of success, they just won't cover you, won't offer it to you. They basically tell you go home and or stay in the hospital and just prepare to die. And it's disgusting and it's horrific. But kind of tying back to what he says there about the starting to sacrifice morals for the dollar, you know.
Tool like a blade, you can slice across the jugular or carve and create. But when the money ain't the means, but the means is the money, you start to compromise ideals for dollars, morals get bloody. Now let me tell you a little story about a boy named Ren, born March 1990 in the Celtic Welsh ends. We didn't have much for mum and dad, they made enough to put hot meals on the table, fill our bellies full of love. A little sister fell into the picture, oh my god we loved her, made our family richer. Then we both got older, world a little colder, life it had a way of chipping away at that shoulder. I held her and I told her hierarchy, status exists. Sometimes the purity of youth gets snatched, leaving you stripped. You'll learn that love is not enough, it's not a world for a kid. So toughen up and buckle up because it's bumpy as shit. And there'll be those who take advantage of the light in your soul, and there'll be times you feel the cup you're filling leaking with holes. And that dark can get much darker, we all must grow old. But listen up my little sister, hold these words to your close. Keep that kind heart kind, humankind are in need. Never ever let this world make you bitter like me, because this world needs love and love it leaks from you, see. Sis, this world needs light and you're the brightest I see. I see your wings have feather more than ever, mine were torn by my oppressor. Sickness scorn me but whatever, by your side we fly together. Give me flight when I could never, a releasing of the pressure, and the pressure makes a diamond. I will shine with you forever. Fuck greed, fuck depression, fuck bullies, fuck the jealous, fuck every man who made you feel less than a treasure, and fuck a world that makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us, now's the time to stand tall, because money makes the world go round. Money makes the sick boy sicker somehow. Money gets a man mug punched in his mouth. Money run the gang, thug, drug money.
Can you imagine having that conversation with your sister or little brother, whoever it may be in your life, that you can relate back to that? Or even if you're not literally having the conversation, but looking at them just precious and wonderful, and you're thinking the conversation in your head. I'm sorry, that compared to the verse, that took me way out of nowhere.
Man who made you feel less than a treasure, and fuck a world that makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us, now's the time to stand tall, because money makes the world go round. Money makes the sick boy sicker somehow. Money gets a man mug punched in his mouth. Money run the gang, thug, drug money, plow. Money makes open case close. Money bend love, make war, make...
Oh, I'm sorry, even when I'm sad I gotta hear that again. Hold up, bring it back, Ren. You can't just do that to my ears without consent.
Money gets a man mug punched in his mouth. Money run the gang, thug, drug money, plow. Money makes open case close. Money bend love, make war, make goals. Money gives a poor man hope. Money saves lives, takes lives, money both. Money isn't, money's just that. Money's just a concept, people are trying. Tax up the poor man, feed up the fire. Money's just cash. Take money, take, money take. Fake money, fake money, fake money, fake. Money ties, money ties, money ties, eh. Money lies, money lies, money lies, eh.
And I like too that it's no people, no profit instead of no people, no profit. Wow. I'm sorry, that second verse really took me out. All right, I see why people were calling it like a spiritual Money Game 4. And also other people saying it was about his sister. It's not about his sister. I think that part wasn't quite a good recommendation for me, but it gets there largely. Wow. I kind of wish he would perform that in front of that same audience instead of Money Game 2. Because me personally, I'm like Money Game 3, Money Ties, Money Game 1, Money Game 2. Undeniably. But, and maybe it's because Money Game 2 is just the most commercial. It just feels like a song. Like, the message is there, it's great, but it's the least theatrical. It's a song. I don't know. I like this one a lot, though. I think it was fantastic, and I know you guys have been requesting this for a while, so I hope that you had a good time watching this reaction. And remember to check out all my socials and everything I've been updating. What do you guys think of the new intro? And just everything. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.